Giannis is about to be a free agent in 2021. With all the talks though, it's legit feeling like Giannis is a free agent right now, and he's not. He's just not, even if it's less exciting.
Okay.
The Bucks have stated that they won't trade Giannis if he turns down an extension, and even if Giannis did want to stay with the Bucks after next season, he might not sign this extension because the pandemic might lower the salary cap. Because the extension would be 35% of the 21-22 salary cap, it might be wiser for Giannis to sign shorter contracts until the salary cap is where he wants it to be to then sign the Supermax. There's also new talk now that Giannis has said that he's willing to sign a long-term deal with Miami and not with the Warriors. Apparently the Heat are willing to trade Tyler Hero, and the Warriors have an intriguing trade package including Andrew Wiggins. Whatever the hell that means. Intriguing? Sure. But it doesn't make sense to fully take the word of Giannis right now. A lot could change from now in a year. Look at Giannis in 2014 saying that he won't leave the team until it's a championship level team. And that doesn't make sense because if Giannis left the Bucks once they were a championship team, they wouldn't be a championship level team anymore. It just ain't make sense. But you know what? Let's look at the options Giannis has and what he needs to do. What is up, dudes, cadets, ballers, players? It's your boy MJ. PlayStation 5 comes out next week. You know we're streaming NBA 2K21 and 100% Spider-Man, so come through on Twitch and the second channel. We finally hit 500k. Thank you. So I'm giving away a PlayStation 5 plus more things in the next few weeks. All you gotta do is subscribe and turn on notifications. For more entries, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Also, let me know if you want me to do more videos that are sort of more off the dome to get more content out to y'all. First of all, Giannis needs to focus on this season. The Bucks are by no means out of the picture for the championship. They have the talent, they have the roster, they have a 2-time MVP. Do they need to modify their game plan? Heck yeah. Use Giannis in the post more instead of making him useless in the half-court setting because that's what happened. While Mike Budenholzer is a solid coach and has designed this basically spread offense for Giannis, he's also been known to not make adjustments in the playoffs. Just look at the Hawks against the Cavs. When your original game plan is clearly not working, you need to make tweaks. A versatile roster helps with that, and the Bucks were capable of running more types of offenses, but they didn't. The Bucks are still top contenders and they're looking to add more pieces. This doesn't have to be a lost season. And perhaps the most important indicator is that Giannis blames himself more than management for not putting him in a situation to win. We haven't seen any internal problems with Giannis and his teammates, no rifts between the coaching staff and Giannis, even if coaching could improve. Giannis is looking internally at himself instead of externally looking at the team and being like, this ain't it. That's what happened with superstars leaving teams in the past. LeBron in 2010 had problems with the Cavs not being able to build any sort of team around him, and Dan Gilbert. Kevin Durant had issues with Westbrook and the whole team philosophy. Anthony Davis was tired of barely getting into the playoffs no matter how well he played. If the Heat are willing to trade Tyler Hero right now instead of waiting 1 year to then sign Giannis, that might be an indicator of what other teams believe about Giannis staying with the Bucks, because they really wouldn't give up that many pieces if they truly believe Giannis is leaving. But you know what? Let's introduce a bit of chaos. Let's have fun with this. Let's say Giannis will leave. He wants to move out of Milwaukee. Well then, Giannis needs to pick a team that isn't going to taint his legacy and should focus on a team with a ball handler that has an identity that he can fit into, and not the other way around. A team that has versatility. We've seen a team built around Giannis with shooters at every position, with Giannis having spacing to free run, and we've seen defensive solutions at work. The wall from the Raptors, the pseudo wall mixed in with a lot of stunts from the Heat. Giannis got stopped. We shouldn't bank on the fact that Giannis will have a respectable jump shot, and Giannis shouldn't either. He's a great player already, and he's capable of winning with what he has. He just needs to fit an identity. And just like Giannis is about to get paid, so can Opinion Outpost help y'all get some extra money. All you gotta do is take some online surveys, give your opinion, and that's it. It's perfect to do while home because we're all stuck at home, and it's pretty simple. Click some multiple choices here and there, and you're pretty much done. You earn points which you can use for a variety of rewards. I've been stocking up on masks cause you need to drip. And to be honest, after the polls for the election, we low-key need some better surveys. So go make some extra money money and let me know what you would buy with it. Thanks to Opinion Outpost for sponsoring the video. We start with LeBron this year with the rosters the Lakers have. LeBron usually has a ton of knockdown shooters at every position, but instead, he had players like Rondo and Howard that might have not fit the stereotypical LeBron team. He also had Anthony Davis, of course, but the Lakers made a whole new identity, and that worked. Giannis is versatile on both ends of the floor, but he isn't as versatile as LeBron offensively, which means very specific defenses can't stop LeBron when he switches to another bag. Mainly, he can shoot and is one of the best playmakers in history. Giannis doesn't have as many options, but he puts so much pressure on a defense to play a certain way to stop him, which means that if he's part of a team with many options, a ball handler that can put his own pressure on a defense is gonna have a hard time containing all the offensive options. It's why the Bucks are potentially looking at Chris Paul for even just a year. One last hurrah, because Chris Paul would provide them that ball handler that can really put pressure on defense while Giannis does his thing. It also doesn't make sense for Giannis to go to a team that's going to change their whole offense because the whole Giannis system hasn't proven to be successful with Giannis at the helm. Now, this isn't a sign of weakness at all. Look at Michael Jordan. He had free reign, put up ridiculous stats, and I mean ridiculous stats, but once he slightly adjusted his game within a triangle offense, it was more conducive to winning. And we've just seen stars who slightly modify their game for the team to win. So with that criteria, there are teams that work, and both teams are interested in Giannis. Luckily, the two teams that appear to be the most interested in him this year are teams with proven identities and ball handlers. I've seen the Mavericks also be thrown into the mix, and while that would be awesome, I just don't know what the Mavericks are besides a fully Luka-controlled offense with floor spacers. The dream or nightmare team up would be Curry and Giannis and the Warriors with Klay and Draymond. Curry and Giannis. Jeez. Just because the Warriors have shooters doesn't mean it has to be Giannis running the show every possession. He has Curry who can run the offense, with Giannis having a few possessions of ball handling. There's also the Warriors ball movement, which means that Giannis doesn't have to attack only one way. And when Giannis does choose to attack the paint, it's much harder for a defense to wall up due to the options he has and the offenses the Warriors run. I mean, it all fits. The Warriors can play fast, they have ball handlers, they're used to integrating big stars. The main problem with this is that Giannis may get flack for joining the Warriors. It won't be him lifting a team over the hump because technically the team's done it before. We don't know how history will treat Giannis because we don't even know how history will treat Kevin Durant. Maybe in 30 years, no one cares that Kevin Durant joined the OP team. Maybe they do. But at the current moment, this is not the safe option for Giannis' legacy. The Heat are the people's team. They have a ball handler in Jimmy Butler and Goran Dragic. Their identity is to be a gritty, defensive, pace and space team. Giannis can fit into any defense. It would make the Heat a scary defensive team with 3 elite defenders that can guard almost every position. Jimmy Butler was able to guard LeBron and able to guard power forwards. Bam Adebayo can guard AD, Giannis, and also guard guards. And Giannis, you can put him on anyone. Pace and space means the Heat want to control the pace, usually slowing the game down. In the playoffs, the Heat were the 5th slowest team while the Bucks were the 5th fastest. This means the Heat is great in a half-court setting. On one hand, that complements Giannis' existing weakness. On the other, does Giannis fit into that, or does he make it more complicated since they won't have spacing? The Heat used a stretch forward to space the floor with Bam and Butler on the floor. Giannis on the Heat would be awesome, like seriously, dope. And I'm sure Expulsor would figure things out as he always does, but even here isn't a perfect fit. Legacy wise, this is great. Giannis would lift a team over the hump, be the final piece a team needed, and would probably be the main star. Butler would be the closer, so that also helps. The only Giannis stopper besides Kawhi is on the Heat, so it's really interesting, but the pace would be an issue. Giannis is going to have to make a choice, but he's not out of the finals just yet. He can make it. For the Giannis sweepstakes, there are other teams we could look at, like the Raptors, the Lakers. Okay, not the Lakers. Just no. This decision for Giannis holds his career in the balance. Giannis has a chance to be great. Heck, if he wins a couple of championships, finals MVPs, we might be having a GOAT convo. Jordan won his first ring at 27. Giannis is almost 26. It's too early to say Giannis isn't a winner yet, and what he decides can put him on the path to win. Maybe even be the GOAT. Let's see what he chooses. It's a complicated decision, but I think he has some amazing options that would be exciting for the league. Except the Lakers. Just not the Lakers. Like, no. Shout out to my boy in day one, Armand. Man, he's on fire with these first. If you like the vid, hit the like button. It really helps out. Subscribe if you're new or you've been watching for a minute. PlayStation 5 comes out next week, man. I'm so excited. Just come through on Twitch. We're just gonna have a lot of fun and probably do some giveaways there too. It's your boy MJ. We out and we vibing.
Okay, just stop in my station now.